kindergarten, we predominantly learn through flashcards or letters of the week, which can kind of be boring or dull.
Sound learning is a fresh and creative way to teach children their letters and letter sounds and get them on their way to reading.
It was very frustrating to me that you had to go back and reteach students so many letters after you've already taught them. You had to go back and change the rules on them. The letter happens at the beginning of the word. Oh, but it can also happen at the end. And then, oh, but it can also happen in the middle. This way, with sound learning, it's all taught right there, right then. They have it all in front of them, and they can take what they have learned in the lesson and use it in their writing that very day.
The kids really just flow from one thing to the other, and it just builds and builds and builds from being a very simple little sound that they hear to opening up a book, finding multiple uses of that sound in different words and meaningful text. And instead of taking almost a whole kindergarten year to teach the letters, we're just about done with the letters by the middle of November into December. And it's such an exciting thing to have those kindergarten students ready to move on.
One of the nice things about sound learning is, first of all, every single lesson follows a routine, a framework. And so the students know what's coming. So their brains are already prepared for how the lesson is going to work. We have them getting up and moving a lot throughout the lesson. We have them writing the letters, first of all, in the air, and we have them do them big and little and on their shoe and things like that.
Sound learning made it exciting for the kids because they could utilize different things around the classroom to help them when they were doing their writing assignments and reading.
The sound wall I thought was real interesting because they have the whole alphabet and the different sounds for the different letters. And so when you would go up, the booklet would be there. It would have the letter. It would have whatever object they were using to help the student to understand what that letter or that sound made. And then the teacher would say the little song or say the little poem with the student. And so you can hear from time to time the little kids saying what the little poem was that they remember.
When my first daughter was in kindergarten, she would come home and was so excited about it to teach her little sister, and she became the teacher doing the methods Mr. Rick did.
What sound learning does is it gives those children that flexibility in their thinking. Because multiple sounds are introduced, we give them strategies how to use those multiple sounds from the get-go, and we let them be risk takers. Try that word with that A sound. Now try it with the ah. Try it with the ah. You know, it's all those approximations are just so easily given to the children and accepted. It doesn't have to be right the first time. What's important is that process.
When you see a sound learning classroom, you see a classroom that has all the components. You see the kids learning the phonetics, the kids are sounding out words, the kids are making meaning from words, the kids are singing the words. So there's so many aspects that are a part of it because they're not just doing one thing. It's not just phonics. They understand the vocabulary, they understand it in context, they understand it in song, in poem, in rhyme. So it's really just the big picture.
When you put the time into sound learning and invest the energy to use the sound stories and have your students follow this framework of learning each day, by the end of the year you will see that the children are ready for first grade and ready for learning for the rest of their life because they've developed that flexible thinking, they've developed that confidence, and they are able to tackle problems, not just in their reading and writing and listening and speaking, but to know that they have the knowledge and the brain power to go forth and actually solve problems. When they come to a word they don't know, they can solve it. When they come to a problem they don't know, they have more confidence to solve it.